Let's talk about Townsend being named Player of the Month, the Chiefs and Bucs location being finalized, an updated injury report, Skip Bayless having a complete meltdown about Tom Brady compared to Mahomes today, and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka the red-bearded wise man of the AFC West, and I do daily news about the Kansas City Chiefs, so I'm going to need you to sub if you're new, hit that like button if you wish Tua Tagovailoa a quick and safe recovery, and let's get into this video. Yeah, I want to start off by saying Tua got walloped tonight. Dolphins versus Bengals. Bengals won, but Tua got slammed onto the back of his head. It wasn't good. He got carted off the field and taken to a hospital, but thankfully he has movement of all of his extremities, and he's able to fly back home with the team tonight. But it was a very scary deal, a pretty messed up ordeal considering it looked like he had a concussion just 4 days ago. Whole nother topic, but prayers to Tua, glad he is doing okay. First up on today's agenda, Townsend, the punter, was named the AFC Special Teams Player of the Month. And get this, he was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Month because he averaged a league best 49.5 net yards on his 11 punts to begin the season. He dropped 5 of those punts inside the 20-yard line, including a 74-yard boot in week 2. So congratulations to Townsend. I mean, we don't like to see you out there, but when you're out there and you do good punts like that, we're thankful. Good job. Chiefs-Bucs game. The location has been decided upon. You ready for this? The Buccaneers had this to say today online via a statement. Our thoughts and prayers remain with the many thousands in the Southwest Florida region who have been severely impacted by Hurricane Ian. We are also very thankful that the Tampa Bay area was spared the most damaging consequences of the powerful storm. We have informed the NFL after consulting with local and state agencies that we are ready to play Sunday night's game against the Kansas City Chiefs at Raymond James Stadium as originally scheduled. So there you have it. While the state of Florida has been ravaged by a hurricane with hundreds of thousands of people without power, local and state agencies say, it's all good. Let's just play a football game. I'm not laughing because of all the people out of power. It's just crazy to me that they're having the football game there. Now, if it's fine to play in that area, cool. They can have their home field advantage like they were scheduled to have. It's just like, wow. All right. From here, I want to look at an injury report today, which was Thursday, September 29th, of the Chiefs and the Bucs. Tom Brady, full participant, but he did jam his finger last week in that game, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. It was against the Saints, so 2 weeks ago. Russell Gage was a limited participant in practice today with a hamstring injury. Chris Godwin has a hamstring injury as well, another receiver. He did not participate today. They were resting him. I don't know if that means he is having a regression of some sort with that recovery or what, but their wide receiver room is looking nuts because Julio Jones has been dealing with a knee injury and he was also a limited participant. And then, of course, last week, Mike Evans was suspended. He will be back this Sunday, though, so they at least get Mike Evans back. Now, Akiem Hicks did not participate, and something to know about the Bucs defensive tackle, Akiem Hicks. He suffered a foot injury in the first half of the Saints game and will miss a month. So it's looking like he's not going to be in this game, which is a little bit of a good news for us because he's good. They still have Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett, among others on that defense that are going to give us problems, but he is not going to be playing more than likely. Now, for the rest of the injury report, wide receiver Brashad Perriman did not participate all week. I'm not sure if he'll be playing either. He's got a knee and hamstring issue. Then tackle Donovan Smith was a limited participant. So the Bucs are dealing with a lot of injuries, particularly with their wide receiver core. It's been a bit of a mess, to say the least. Now, as far as the Chiefs injury report, Mike Dana, limited participant on Thursday. So good news. He's got that calf injury. We'll see if he plays. I'm not exactly sure. McCole Hardman, limited participant with the heel injury. Chris Jones was a full participant today after missing yesterday for a personal reason, I believe. And then Ronald Jones has been out a couple days with sickness. I joked yesterday it's because he was sick of not starting, but I hope he's okay because he's missed 2 days in a row due to sickness. Harrison Butker did not participate today because Dave Toub said yesterday he was limited in practice, practicing alongside the newly signed kicker to the practice squad, Matthew Wright, and they both got a pretty decent workout in. So Yeah, he is a limited participant. Then MVS did not participate today with some type of an abdomen injury. So he was a limited participant yesterday, did not participate today. I hope it's just because they're resting him and he will be good to play on Sunday, but time will tell there. And then everybody else was good to go. But the noticeables, yeah, Mike Dana limited, McCole limited, Ronald Jones and Harrison Butker and MVS did not participate. From here, I want to dive into Thursday's presser from Eric Bieniemy, and this clip from him pretty much sums up every Chiefs fan's thoughts on the game against the Colts.
Congrats to the Colts, okay? They did everything they needed to do. We got exactly what we deserved. We got our asses kicked. We didn't play very well. We didn't coach very well. We're a much better staff, and we're a much better team than what we displayed. And sometimes you need a little bit of humility to get you focused and going in the right direction.
Bieniemy was also asked about his halftime disagreement with Patrick Mahomes, and while we've heard from Coach Reid and Patrick Mahomes on the situation, this was the first time hearing it from Bieniemy himself.
At that particular time, as a staff, we decided, you know what, we're getting the ball, to start the second half off, so we just want to take a knee. So, obviously, Pat, being the competitor that he wasn't ready to hear that. But at that particular time, I was just trying to calm the storm. After that, that was it.
So, yeah, basically, not a big deal. It happens. Should we be a little concerned maybe that Patrick got so visibly frustrated with Bieniemy over it? Maybe. But it's almost a non-story, in my opinion. Another interesting thing, though, that Eric Bieniemy mentioned was about his control of the offense versus Andy Reid's control of the offense.
Well, sometimes I get 51%. Sometimes I might get 52%. But then you got to understand, if I got 52%, the head man still has that 48%, and he might pull rank at times.
He might pull rank at times. Yeah, I dropped a YouTube short today talking about the biggest problem with Eric Bieniemy, and it's not his abrasive coaching style or maybe his tiffs with players on the sidelines from time to time. He's a very animated, emotional guy, and so are the players. Okay, they want to win. They're in an excellent organization, but I think the biggest problem about Eric Bieniemy is that he does not control the offense. Okay, Andy Reid controls the offense, and Eric Bieniemy just basically said, hey, I do have leeway at times, but anytime that Andy Reid wants to interject and call the shots, he will. So basically, Eric Bieniemy can do as he pleases as long as Andy Reid agrees and likes what's going on. If not, he can interject at any point and time. So Andy Reid runs the offense, and that's the biggest problem for me about Eric Bieniemy. We do not know how much control he actually has over the offense. And speaking of coaches and control, one who did not have control at all during their unit against the Colts was special teams coordinator Dave Toub. He spoke to the media today as well, said Harrison Butker practiced yesterday but was sore today. So if he's unable to go, the newly signed kicker, Matthew Wright, will kick in Butker's stead, but it'll be a game time decision. I said that earlier in the injury report, but now you get it twice in case you forgot. He then clarified that safety Justin Reid is only to be used as a kicker in emergency situations. Duh. So quit asking that, media and people on Twitter. Justin Reid is the safety, and that's what he's paid to do. We're not risking injury for him to kick a freaking field goal. Then Dave Toub spoke about special teams and the unit and their performance against the Colts on Sunday, saying something a little interesting. He said this.
There was a lot of good things that happened in that game. Tommy Townsend had an excellent game.
Okay, yeah, nice. Good punts, Tommy. Woohoo. AFC Player of the Month, which I actually do applaud him for, but special teams unit did not do good. Multiple breakdowns. Missed PAT. Missed field goal. The fake field goal was a mess. The drop punts by Sky, it was one drop punt, and then he let one bounce to the one. Pacheco was taking kicks out of the end zone when he shouldn't have. He was falling over, tripping on invisible banana peels. It was all bad. Now, Dave Toub did take ownership of that and then also said the fake field goal didn't work out. Tommy Townsend was supposed to throw that ball right away, and for whatever reason, he hesitated. Therefore, play did not work. So, yeah, we can talk what we want about Eric Bieniemy and his little meltdown event with Mahomes at halftime, but someone who is not getting off the hook is Dave Toub. Next week has to be better. And from here, I want to take a look at a video with you guys that I broke down into some segments of Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless answering this question. Which QB would you rather have right now? Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes. I don't really think it's close at this current time. Mahomes is the most talented quarterback in the league, and he can just do things that Brady can only dream of. And even if he dreamed, he would wake up and like, man, I can't do that. I would need to apologize to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes is quite the athlete. Tom Brady is very smart here, has a good arm. He's never been known for his athleticism, though. Let's just say that.
Eventually, somebody will pass you in this game. That's just the way it is. Give me Patrick Mahomes right now over Tom Brady.
I don't even know how this is a debate. 45-year-old Tom Brady, his face is withering away, biceps are starting to melt due to too much avocado ice cream, and then you have Patrick LeVon Mahomes, the second, who just turned 27. Patrick Mahomes is nearly 20 years younger than Tom Brady. You're telling me you'd rather have an old man than a QB in his prime? I don't think so. Anyway, Shannon Sharpe goes on to say why he would rather have Mahomes right now. Mahomes this season is doing a lot better. 8 TDs, I think, to 1 interception. And if you break those stats over the rest of the season on average, Patrick Mahomes is looking at 45 TDs this season, which pretty good, right? Well, Tom Brady is going to average 17 TDs this season because he's thrown 1 each game, or an average of 1 each game. And then when he explains all that, this is what Skip Bayless had to say.
Everything you just said is highly comical to me. Last year with Tyreek Hill.
Right now!
Hey, stop it! It is my turn.
You going back to last year.
Time out. It is my turn.
Wow, okay, so Shannon's saying, no, Skip. We're talking about right now, not last year. Sure, Brady at 44 led the league, I think, in passing yards, or almost did, passing TDs. He was up there in a lot of those stats, top 5 in most of them, but that was last year. Last year, everybody also voted that Tom Brady was the best QB in the league. Okay, but that was last year. Meanwhile, Skip Bayless continues to try to justify why he would rather have Tom Brady.
They just lost to the freaking Colts up there that look pathetic, dead in the water, and Patrick Mahomes has a clutch chance to throw a pass that, if completed, will set up the walk-off game-winning field goal. And what does he do? He goes shortstop, sidearm, flat-footed. Nope. Ball gets tipped up in the air. Interception. It's classic. What's wrong with Patrick Mahomes?
All right, so touche about losing to the Colts, because Matt Ryan is dumpster juice, literally a statue in the pocket. Their defense did play well. Their DC, the defensive coordinator, had a very good game plan. He is now 7-2 against Patrick Mahomes, or something like that, instead of 7-1. But hats off to the Colts. But Patrick Mahomes, that was not all his fault at the end of the game. We broke that down in a previous video where it was either McCole Hardman or Juju Smith-Schuster. They messed up on their routes. Juju was supposed to have an easy, quick slant for a wide open pass that could have set up a game-tying field goal, but I don't know if Matt Amendola would have even made the field goal. Anyway, irrelevant. Skip's just saying stuff he doesn't really know about because he's old and getting senile. So meanwhile, you have Patrick Mahomes, who does throw an interception at the end of the game, but then you have Tom Brady last week, who also loses a game, 12-14, could not convert on the 2-point conversion. And this is what Shannon Sharpe's going to talk about, because there was a delay of game at the end that moved the Bucs on the 2-point conversion from the 1 or the 2, whatever it is, to the 7.
Every time the delay of game, they normally put the delay of game on the quarterback. Now all of a sudden, if Tom Brady gets the delay of game, it's they.
Was he clapping for the ball?
Why are you clapping? Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Snap it.
You do
snap it. Snap it.
Bro, Skip Bayless is not okay, and he needs to get checked out immediately.
In the best of all worlds, if you ask a group of players in this league right here, right now, you want Mahomes or Brady, any group of players, any team, they're going to sit back and think, gee, it wasn't that long ago that Brady went to Kansas City in an overtime of an AFC Championship game.
That was 2018.
It wasn't that long ago.
That was 2018.
That was 4 years ago, Skip. I know you're old, and 4 years ago seems like yesterday, but that was a long time ago. That was the game, 5-5, D Ford, offsides. That game, we don't want to talk about it, but it was a very close game, and it was a good battle, good fight, right? Then 2 years later, the Chiefs play the Bucs in the Super Bowl, in which the Chiefs had a makeshift offensive line from the Walmart parking lot and got dominated, right? Now, Skip goes on to say it was because Brady was better, blah, blah, blah. But then he starts to have a little bit of a breakdown because he's saying that Patrick Mahomes, the new up-and-coming Brady, could not get it done in the Super Bowl when it mattered against Brady.
We've never seen anything like it. He could throw it between his legs. He could throw it behind his back. He could throw it left-handed. He could throw it with his tongue. He could throw it. He could kick it with his head.
He could throw it with his tongue? You're getting weird over here, bro.
You lost again.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't.
Any team in this league, given the choice right now, they'd say,
No, they wouldn't.
Give me the GOAT.
No, Skip.
Give me
you
the
and I
GOAT.
both know.
Give me the GOAT.
No, we ain't taking the GOAT because he's 45. We ain't taking the GOAT this year. No team in their right mind right now would say, yes, I want Tom Brady, who's probably retiring after this year because his family is basically, allegedly, in shambles about his decision to return to the game of football. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes, in his prime, has at least another 10 years left in the league. Anyway, here's the last piece of this segment where they lay final blame on their QBs.
And one guy threw a game-ending, game-losing interception. Brady didn't do that.
No, your guy let the clock run out.
No,
your guy let the clock run out. No, your guy.
Snap it!
What he clapping for?
Snap
That
it!
performance ain't worth their clapping. You stunk.
He stunk. Yeah, so to be fair, Tom Brady's been playing without his wide receiver core. Basically, it's been in shambles, but Patrick Mahomes is playing without Tyreek Hill, and for the most part, things are looking okay, although Tyreek is looking absolutely fantastic. Has over 400 and something yards this season after the game that I just watched tonight. But still, this debate is silly. It's dumb. It's stupid, etc., etc. What do you guys think about this? If you had the choice right now, would you take a 45-year-old man who eats avocado ice cream for his cheat meal? Or are you going to take Patrick Mahomes, who puts ketchup on his freaking steak? You got to let me know in the comments down below, and we will fight about it down there per usual. Make sure to leave a super thanks or bearded comment to potentially be featured in an upcoming vid. Like, sub, you know the freaking deal. And then check out this video here, pew, which is from Mike Florio and Chris Sims on Patrick Mahomes and his unique showmanship and how he plays the game. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?